Do you personally believe men generally change after something breaks them?
Definitely. Men are meant to go through, for anyone that's gone through a relationship breakup, it's a death without a funeral. It's a fight. I'm not someone that is naturally a fighter. I'm a lover. And I remember hopping in the ring and everything just goes quiet. It takes a special kind of human to step in the ring. You have that voice in your head, stop, give up. But are you gonna let that voice, when holding my daughter, your own flesh and blood for the first time, my driving force for everything that I do each and every day, how I show up as a man, how I show up as a father. I still have those days where I wish my purpose is to be able to lead by example. When you're tired, you're fatigued, you're getting bloody noses every session, but it's the discipline that gets you through that.
Do you feel men tend to suppress a lot of emotions?
You're not alone. There's other men going through. Get out of your own head. We get so caught up in our head.
Yeah.
And we sit there and confidence comes off the back of action.
Welcome to another episode of RAWREAL podcast sponsored by Concept and Crafts, where we don't just talk about success stories or losses, but we go beyond the headlines and into the human behind the hustle. Now, today's episode is an interesting one because some men wake up chasing success, some men wake up chasing peace. But today's guest wakes up chasing responsibility. He's a boxer who knows how to take the hits, a fitness enthusiast obsessed with discipline, a podcaster who speaks truth, and a single dad raising a 4-year-old daughter. This episode is not about muscles. This episode is about showing up when life punches you first. This is a conversation about discipline when motivation disappears. Nick Betar, welcome to RAWREAL podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's my pleasure to invite you on our podcast. Nick, before we proceed, this is something I ask every guest of mine. How's life?
Life is good. It's in an interesting position right now. I'm in a very cool season of life. We'll probably touch on this throughout the podcast, but last year was very challenging and I had to give it a lot. And I went through a lot of things in my personal life and I've come out the other side of that. And now I'm excited. I'm in a good spot. I've got plenty of opportunities coming my way. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm just grateful for where I'm at.
That's really good. Good to know that you're in a good space and looking forward for 2026. Nick, I would love to know from you because I've seen different phases of yours where you're into fitness and all that stuff. Before all this started, whether that's boxing, media, and all that stuff, who was Nick Betar before this?
God. For people who don't know me, like they'll see me on social media and they go, okay, this guy's confident. He speaks well on camera. He runs his business. He's successful. But before all of that, I was shy, quiet, introverted kid who really just kept to himself, had very low self-esteem, didn't back my abilities. And it wasn't probably the last 2019 when I started my podcast. So up until that point, I was 22, 23. And I was at a point in my life where I just felt lost. I didn't know the direction that I wanted to go in. I was in university at the time studying sports and exercise science, and I just didn't have the love for it. And I'm sure you've heard of a guy called Gary Vee before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so American entrepreneur. He just popped up on my social media one day and I started following him and he just kept popping up. And then I seen that he was coming to Australia to do a seminar in 2019. And there was just something in me that I had to buy tickets to this event. So I bought tickets, I skipped uni. And I remember my mum going, you're skipping uni to go to this event. They're just going to try and scam you and sell you courses and all that kind of stuff, which a lot of them do. But sitting in that crowd, and when Gary came out, the way that he's able to captivate a crowd and the impact that he's able to have on people, I remember sitting there and going, imagine if I could do this. Imagine if I could have this sort of impact on people.
Right.
And in that moment, you know, every time you want to do something new or you have doubts, you have two little voices in your head. One saying, yes, go after it, do it.
Right.
And the other one saying, nah, you can't do this. And for me, I had both of those. In that moment though, I sat there and I said, I'm not going to let the fear of judgment, the opinions of others, and myself hold me back from going after
What do you want to pursue?
what I want to pursue, being the best version of myself. And I remember the following week, I actually dropped out of university and I bought my first camera and I started vlogging. And then Gary Vee popped up again. Everyone needs to have a podcast.
Right.
I didn't even know what a podcast was.
Okay.
I went to JB Hi-Fi. I bought a cheap microphone. I plugged it into my old laptop.
Yeah.
And I started recording podcasts. And
Right.
I haven't looked back since. 7 years on, 300 plus episodes.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
transitioned into a business now, which I now full time in.
Right.
And I say to everyone, podcasting for me has been the biggest personal development journey that I've been on. Being able to sit in the room across from people that not everyone has access to, and to be able to sit one-on-one and pick their brains,
True.
to ask them the questions that you would love to ask them.
Right.
It's like a therapy session
Right.
and
True.
a coaching session all in one.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, you're growing, but also your audience is growing too, because a lot of the stuff that we speak into, it connects and it relates with your audience. And some of the conversations I've had where guests have opened up for the first time on certain topics, the profound impact that has not only on the guests, myself, but the audience is amazing. And the messages you get off the back of that, and one that comes to my mind now is I had a guest who he's a father of, I think, 2 or 3 kids maybe, but he was going through a really dark period in his life, and he spoke about wanting to take his own life.
Ah.
He never really spoke about that before. And his mum listened to that podcast.
Right.
And she sent me a message, Nick, thank you so much for having this conversation.
Right.
I've never heard this before. I've never seen this side of him before. And thank you for getting that message out there. And the impact that has on me it's profound. And that's why I continue to do this.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it.
Right.
Because not only I'm growing, but the people around me are growing too.
Right.
And it's about that impact.
True.
So it's been a journey to where I started to now where I am, and who knows what the future holds. But as I said in the beginning, I'm grateful for this season of life and the direction that I'm heading in.
Absolutely amazing. Lovely to hear that. But Nick, also I feel like I completely agree with what you've said about the podcasting thing and everything, providing a platform for people to open up, because I guess it's an amazing platform for people to open up and reflect on things, or probably express things which they might have not expressed before. And also it's also an opportunity for people listening to your podcast or watching your podcast to learn from things, whatever you want to do. And to add on to that, what you said is it also gives you an opportunity to learn things from people whom you meet and with whom you do the podcast. Because I personally follow this thing where I've also spoken in my previous podcast, where I feel if you're sitting in a room where you feel that you're the smartest one, then you're sitting in the wrong room. It's always better to be in a room where you know people. You can learn a lot from people. It's not always there. I mean, like, it's obvious that you can be with your friends and all that, but if you're in a room where you get to learn from people and develop your own skills, at the same time pass on those skills to your friends, your peers, it does help to do that. So that's what I personally believe too.
Definitely. And if you look at my podcast, you'll notice a theme. It always relates to this season of life I'm in. If I'm going through certain struggles or I'm looking to elevate my life in certain areas,
Right.
I'll be interviewing people in that area.
Right.
Like, for example, when I was going through tough times with my relationship, my past relationship, I was talking to relationship coaches and picking their brains and trying to be the best version of myself, elevate myself in that area. And it's always changing. So anytime you listen to my podcast, you'll get an understanding for what season of life I'm in. And that's what I love about it. It's always changing and it's always evolving.
I'd love to know this from you, where do you personally believe that men generally change after something breaks them?
Definitely. Men are meant to go through trials and tribulations. That is what builds us up. And through breaking us down, we're able to sit there, we're able to reflect on where we went wrong, but also taking accountability of what actions we need to take moving forward. And to give an example of that, last year, going through the breakdown of my relationship, that was a very tough time for me. That was a period that broke me down. And for anyone that's gone through a relationship breakup, it's a death without a funeral. And the reason I say that is because it's the death of the life that you had, the life that you perceived that you were building, the life, the version of you that you once were. And there's no funeral. Life goes on. You got to continue taking action, continue building yourself up. And there was a good solid month where I was in the dumps and I had to pick myself up because I needed to show up and lead by example for my daughter.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of men go through these tough periods and they look to external things to mask their pain, alcohol, drugs, women.
Right.
Everyone has their vice.
Right.
For me, it was being able to sit in that, to be able to embrace everything that was coming up for me.
Right.
Because that is the only way that you're able to truly and deeply reflect on that and to work through that. The way I seen it was I can either work through it now or I can mask all that pain, continue on with my life, but it's going to pop up down the future and it's going to be 10 times worse because of the actions I've taken in trying to cover up all the pain that was there.
Right.
You have to go through those challenges. You have to reflect. You have to take action in building yourself back up. You need that pressure, like pressure builds diamonds, right?
Right.
You need that pressure, those trials and tribulations to build you into the man that God has created you to be.
I guess I completely agree with what you've said. I personally believe that everyone goes through struggles and pains in life, but it's a decision what you take after that is what defines what's in store for you in life. Because you can either go in a positive way or else you can just probably completely destroy yourself to overcome that pain. But also, do you believe in the fact that pain gives birth to a version of yourself that you felt never existed?
Yeah, I do. Because reflecting now back on who I was even 12 months ago, I don't even know that version of me. And that version of me didn't even know I was possible of becoming who I am today. So yes, I definitely agree that going through that adversity in life, it creates the opportunity for you to build yourself up and become that next version of yourself. And we're always evolving, we're always growing.
Right.
It's inevitable.
True.
A lot of people tend to hide from that.
Right. Yeah.
Stay in their comfort zone, go to different external vices.
Right.
To, run away, to avoid doing the work, to avoid taking accountability, to avoid the responsibilities in your life.
True.
Now imagine what happens when you continue to avoid those responsibilities and to avoid the pains that you've gone through, to avoid the people that you've hurt. That's going to build up and eventually it's going to burst.
True.
Do you want to deal with that now or you want to deal with it when it's 100 times worse in the future?
Yeah. It's always better to take action in the initial stages rather than stuff for later. We've spoken about life and things. One interesting thing I know about you is the boxing.
Yeah.
Where I've seen you've participated in quite a bit of boxing matches and all that stuff. One thing I'd love to know from you is how did the transition of getting into boxing even start? And since boxing is not a team sport, it's individual sport where you get into the ring and you're all by yourself. You have to do what it takes to win the match or things like that. What did boxing teach you?
I grew up in team sport my whole life. Rugby league, the dream was to play NRL. And how boxing came about was, it's funny how it all coincided with the breakdown of my relationship. I was going through that and my now boxing coach, he's been following me for a couple of years and he messaged me on social media. He had no clue what was going on. No one did. And he messaged me one day and goes, "Hey bro, like, would you be up for a challenge?" I didn't know what this challenge was, but I just said yes. I was in the mindset of I just need something to work towards. And it goes, it's a fight. I'm not someone that is naturally a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. And my dad always wanted me to get into combat sports because he grew up in a fighting background, and I did martial arts for 1 year when I was like 10, hated it. But in this moment, I just took the opportunity.
Right.
And doing that whole training camp and putting myself out of my comfort zone and learning new skills and getting bashed, it builds resilience.
Yeah.
And I remember that first fight because this all happened last year. I remember the first fight. I remember walking down to the ring and there's a massive crowd. This is at Penrith Panthers. So it's a big crowd, massive atmosphere. I actually cried because I was that shit scareless of like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And also adrenaline is pumping through me at the same time. So I'm like, I'm excited.
Mhm.
And I remember hopping in the ring and everything just goes quiet.
Mm.
Like you don't hear, it just becomes a blur
You just become numb.
and you're just on adrenaline.
Yeah.
And the fight, before you know it, it's finished.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I won and I was super pumped for that. But then you're just relaxing like, wow. And you start reflecting of everything that you learned and how much you grew throughout that whole period.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for me was it takes a special kind of human to step in the ring.
True.
It's not for everyone.
Mm.
It's scary. Training camp isn't fun, especially when you're turning up to training and you're getting bashed in sparring and getting bloody noses and you're sore, you're fatigued, but you keep turning up because you know if you put in the effort, you're going to get the result.
Yeah.
And for me, it was about, I'm a big believer in leading by example, especially for my daughter.
Yeah.
And she would come to the boxing gym with me all the time and see me training and see everything. And she even came to my second fight, which was amazing to have her there. And she loved every moment of it. Now, you know, she does boxing herself. So it's been a huge blessing and probably the best thing that I've been able to do for my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health, and building that mental resilience for myself.
Okay.
I honestly, I think every man should at least attempt to, one, go to a boxing gym and train. If you're up for it, have a fight.
Right.
It's the experience that you get from that is crazy, and you will not notice who you were before that.
One thing I would love you to add on regarding the boxing thing is, do you believe boxing is more physical or is it more on the mental?
It's obviously both.
Yeah.
Though, yes, you need a foundation of physical fitness. Yes, you need the skill level. If not, you're just going to cop hits all day and get knocked out and bloody noses and all that stuff. I would say it's actually a lot more mental.
Yeah.
Because when you are copping those hits, you have that voice in your head.
True.
Stop. Give up. But are you going to let that voice take control?
Yeah.
Or are you going to control that voice and be like, no, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show up, even when it hurts. So I would say it's mainly mental.
Yeah. Because I was just about to say that, because I personally feel that your body gives up way after your mind gives up, because it's the mind that plays a major role, where your mind tells you that, you know, you can do it, and it still might tell you that you can't do it, but it's about you, that how you control your mind, because the body gives up after your mind does, because it's the mind that probably drives what you actually want to do. It's about you taking control of what you actually want to do. That's how I personally feel.
And going off the back of that, the reason I love the whole mental game of pushing yourself to your limits, and I'm also a runner as well. I did a 50K ultra marathon back into last year in Kosciuszko, like 1,000 meters elevation.
Right.
And your body starts to really give up, and you have all these voices in your head, But as you said, it's your mind that pushes you through.
True.
I could have easily given up.
Yeah.
But your mind goes, no, keep pushing on. Keep pushing on. Your body will do what your mind says. And that is where you build that mental resilience.
Right.
And it transitions into every other area of your life, like business, relationships. That is why it's so pivotal for men to be able to push ourselves physically and mentally.
Yeah.
The benefits are remarkable.
So we've spoken about life, we've spoken about boxing. The most important factor or the most important part of your life at the moment is your daughter. So looking at that perspective, I would love to know from you, how did fatherhood change you as a person?
Becoming a father has been honestly the biggest blessing in my life. I remember when I first found out that my ex was pregnant with my daughter. Honestly, I was like, oh, my life is over. I don't even know how to look after myself. How am I going to look after a little human?
Yeah.
And people would always tell me, you know, once you have kids, they're going to change your life forever.
True.
And I'm like, really? Like, is this actually going to happen? Yeah, it happens. When holding my daughter, your own flesh and blood for the first time, something you've created, it's a whole new level of love that I've never experienced before.
Okay.
You love your parents, you love your partner, you love your friends and family. But your own children, it's unconditional. You do anything for them. And she is my driving force for everything that I do each and every day. How I show up as a man, how I show up as a father. To lead by example for her.
Yeah.
He's everything to me.
One thing which I would love to know from you, because you have a really young daughter and it's very important to have the presence of yours in her life at this moment, and you're quite an ambitious person who does a lot of things. How do you balance this, or how do you would like to tell the fathers who are single fathers to balance between ambition and the presence?
You're not going to have balance. Honestly, if you try and chase balance, you're never going to get it. It comes down to priorities and what is your top priority and what aligns with you chasing your purpose and chasing your goals and cutting out the things that don't align with you.
Right.
We spend countless of hours per week doing things that don't align, that don't help us in going to the next level, in chasing our dreams and going after our purpose. Once you cut out all the bullshit, it gives you so much more free time to go, okay, cool. This is what I'm going to focus on.
Okay.
And for me, 100% that's my daughter and that's my business.
Yeah.
And obviously my own health and fitness as well. Now, there's times where I would love to go deeper in the business.
Yeah.
I would love to put so much more time and energy into the business because I see the potential. I see the opportunities. At this point in time in my life, having a young daughter, she's only 4.
Yep.
I know that she's not going to be this young forever. And the biggest thing for me is to be able to embrace these years.
Yeah, true.
To be present, to enjoy this time with her, to create those memories.
Yeah.
To instill those healthy habits within her. Yes, that means I won't be able to get to the level that I want to in business right now.
Yeah.
But I can always do business.
Yeah.
Whenever.
True.
I've got the rest of my life to do business.
Yeah.
Right now, the most important thing to me is my daughter and being able to bring her with me to do the things that I need to do. Obviously makes it easier. Like she comes to the training with me.
Yeah.
Or she's always in the gym with me.
Yeah.
Which allows me to, 1, spend quality time with her.
Yeah.
2, she sees me training, which then she goes and does herself.
Yeah.
I put up a video yesterday of her doing pull-ups because she sees me doing it. She goes, Dad, I want to go do pull-ups.
Yeah.
It's instilling those healthy habits, leading by example, and understanding that we all go through different seasons in life. You need to pick your priorities, right? What's truly important to you right now in this season? Focus on that. Cut out all the other stuff that doesn't align with you, doesn't align with your purpose, doesn't align with where you want to go in life. You're not going to have balance. Comes down to priorities and understanding the season that you're in right now in life.
Yeah.
And where you want to go.
Nice, interesting advice and a valuable one for future dads like me. Maybe I'll just implement
One day.
one day. Absolutely. Nick, because I do see a lot of content of you along with your daughter doing a lot of amazing stuff and inspiring a lot of people out there. There's a lot of pros and cons to everything that you have. But one thing I'd love to know from you is, what do you feel is the hardest part about being a single dad that no one wants you about?
The hardest part about being a single dad, I think, is a lot of what I touched on just previously around, especially for me, being a business owner, is you mentioned balance. And in the beginning, I was trying to get that balance.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to priorities and understanding each and every day is going to be different, especially when you have a young child.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be days when they're sick and they don't want to cooperate with you. They don't want to do certain things. And it is what it is. My daughter goes to preschool 3 days a week, and I make sure in those 3 days I'm getting the most work done. Because when she's home with me those other 2 days, I know I'm not getting much work.
Yeah.
Those days are, okay, I do what I need to with work, but majority of the day, it's spending time with her. Going to the park, playing with her, doing what's required as me as a father to be present and to be there for her. But don't get me wrong, I still have those days where I wish I was working on the business. I have deadlines. I have clients reaching out to me. I have opportunities coming my way. And it's that battle between being there for your kid, but then also fulfilling your purpose. And the key is to be able to intertwine the two. My purpose is to be able to lead by example, is to show up as the best man and father that I can be for my daughter, and to inspire other fathers to be able to do the same.
Interesting.
To be able to be present, to be able to show up, to be a man of integrity, to build a future, to go after your own purpose, to go after your own goals, bring your kids along for the journey.
Right.
There's no better way to show your kids what it's like to work hard, to go after your goals, than to have them right there looking at every move that you make.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important for me to expose her to these environments.
Yeah.
To expose her to the rooms that I'm in and the conversations that I'm having.
True.
This little girl has so much confidence.
Yeah.
The conversations that she has with adults.
Yeah.
What she does at the gym. That is because I was exposing her, and I continue to expose her to these environments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably the most fulfilling thing that I can do. And it's my responsibility as a father to create that environment for my daughter so that she can be her authentic self.
Yeah.
She can be confident. She can go after her goals.
Yeah.
All starts with me.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I
being
do.
an example.
Yeah.
Obviously. One thing I would love you to tell us from your own experience for all the dads around the world. Do you reckon as a single dad, obviously if you have a mother along, that's a different story. But if you are a single dad, do you reckon it becomes a bit difficult? Because one thing is, I feel you don't have sort of a days off because you have to lead by example every single day, because you are the source of inspiration or person that your son or daughter will look up to. So there's no sort of days off, because even if you have a hard day someday, do you reckon that's going to be like sort of, you have to show up for your kid? How do you feel about that?
That's life, right? If you want to be the example for your child,
Yeah.
that's what it takes. And I get messages all the time saying, Nick, you're such a great dad.
Mm.
I know I'm a great dad. For me, that is the basis of what it should be to show up as a dad.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that we're in a place in society where how I show up is seen as excellent, when in my eyes, that's the standard.
Yeah.
And that is why I continue to show up and continue to put out my content
Mhm.
to inspire other fathers that, okay, this is the standard that I need to be at.
Mm.
I get messages all the time from dads that go, love your content. It's actually inspired me to get myself in good physical shape,
Yeah.
to be more present with my child, and to instill those healthy habits.
Yeah.
Because I see you do it, and that's the standard that I need to be at to raise the next generation.
True.
Because
Yeah.
without good men, without good fathers, what hope do we have for the next generation?
I guess it's one thing I love about your platform or your content, whatever you put across, is there's a lot of people out there that probably put out content just to bring in a lot of followers or a lot of value out of it. That's a different thing. But the sort of content what you put in, or the people similar to you put in, that's adding a lot of value to the people, inspiring a lot of people to do a lot of great things, and which I feel I personally love. And I've messaged you a couple of times about the content you put in, because that inspires a lot of people to, for the even the future dads that have to be with your kid and have to set yourself as an example for your kid. So I love the work you're doing, and keep doing the same.
No, appreciate it, man.
Now, since we've spoken about all this, fatherhood, boxing, life, something which I feel relates to you is a lot of people out there want to do a lot of stuff. They are people watching this, they might be tired, or they don't have the motivation. But I feel consistency plays a major role in everything you do. How do you define that? What do you think about that part?
There was a period of my life back into last year, I was trying to do everything, trying to do everything by myself. Obviously, being a single dad, building business, going after all my physical goals. And it got to a point where I started to burn out.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I reflected and I was like, I can't do all this by myself.
Yeah.
Yes, you can achieve anything you want, but to have it all at once is a very difficult task.
Yeah.
And for me, I didn't see it as being what I needed right now in this season of life.
Yeah.
I needed to cut out the things that weren't serving me, which is why I closed down my studio. I changed the whole direction of my business because that was not serving me anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted to change the lifestyle where I was living, how I was operating my business and the clients that I was working with, to give me more freedom, and also to be able to make more money, which was able to allow me to afford the lifestyle that I wanted. And still work in progress. But these last, I'd say 2 to 3 months, I can see the progress and the growth, not only in myself, but in my business, from cutting the fat, cutting the things that are not aligned with me.
Right.
If I continued down the path that I was going on, I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have been fulfilled.
Right.
I would have been stressed, which would then leak out into the other areas of my life. And that is why at the beginning of this episode, I said, I'm in such a really good place now. I'm very grateful for this season of life because I've been able to sit down and identify the things that are not serving me right now and cut that from my life. And now I have a clear structure on what I'm doing. Yes, things change, especially having a little one, but I know the direction that I'm heading in. I know what I need to do to be able to get there, and I'm continuing to learn and continuing to grow and put in the work to achieve those things. Confidence and achieving your goals doesn't stem from you just sitting there and writing affirmations on your pages. Yeah, oh, I'm amazing today. The way you build confidence, the way you go out there and achieve your goals is one thing, action.
Yeah.
Taking action is what builds your confidence.
Yeah.
And gets you closer
to your goal.
Absolutely.
Completely agree with that, because I do see a lot of people where they trying to say that manifesting things or probably writing things down on a piece of paper or journaling things where I want to do this, do that, do that. Because if you keep doing that, I personally feel you keep doing that for ages, but it's about what actions are you taking to get those things done. That's more important, because it's the first step that's very important, that you start at some point to achieve the goals, what you want to do. What do you think about that?
It's intertwined. Sit there, write where you want, write where you want to go, but don't just sit there praying for it.
Yeah.
Go out there and take the action to be able to go do those things.
True. Absolutely. Tell me about this. How do you keep yourself disciplined? Because discipline, I feel, plays a major role, especially if you're juggling too many things. So fatherhood, business, your ambition, your passion, different things. So discipline has to be a top priority. So how do you keep yourself disciplined?
Everyone's chasing motivation these days.
Yeah.
Right? I need motivation to go to the gym. I need motivation to go out and chase this opportunity or build this business.
Yeah.
Motivation is only going to get you so far. Motivation is what gets me out of this chair and excited. But to continue showing up weeks down the track, and I'll bring it back to boxing. At the beginning of a boxing camp, you're excited. Yeah, I'm going to have a fight. I'm so pumped for this. Towards the end of the camp, when you're tired, you're fatigued, you're getting bloody noses every session, you don't want to show up to training.
Yeah.
But it's the discipline that gets you through that.
Yeah.
It's the mindset to go, okay, if I keep showing up today, I know that I'm going to achieve the goal that I want to achieve. The discipline is intertwined with your purpose. If you don't have a purpose, you're not going to show up.
Yeah, true.
Because if you don't have a North Star, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have anything to go towards, why the fuck are you going to get out of bed every day?
True.
You have nothing to live for.
You need a purpose in life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially as men, we need that purpose.
Yeah.
It comes into that masculine energy of we need something to chase. And not every day is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But if you have something to chase, it gets you up every day.
True.
But the one thing on that is, I heard this great quote the other day from a podcast I was listening to. And it said, yes, men need to be chasing purpose, chasing goals. You will never be able to attain that unless you deal with what's chasing you. Your traumas, your pains, the people that you've had conflict with and that you want to make up with, they're always going to be chasing you. So it's all good for you to go chase these aspirations.
Yeah.
But you will never be able to fully attain those unless you deal with what's chasing you.
Nice.
And that hit me because I know within myself, there is still areas in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll be able to resonate with this. I know the audience will be able to as well. We've all gone through our own experiences.
True.
And a lot of the times we brush it under the rug. We forget it happened.
Yeah.
We use this goal, this chasing of the goal to mask what we should truly be dealing with first.
Yeah.
Before we can
Those are your
goals, but also become that version of yourself that is ready to have those goals achieved.
Completely agree with what you say. It's just deal with things what you have first before you actually run towards things that you want to achieve. One thing when you said about discipline, I love the fact what you said about discipline, how you define discipline. I personally relate to that in a way because I personally have started eating a bit clean at the moment. So for me, it's not exciting discipline. It's just that the fact that it has to be repetitive. It's something, it might not be exciting because end of the day, if, for example, in my case, I love eating a lot of junk or fried food and all that stuff. But when it comes to discipline, since I've just started eating clean, a bit more healthier and all that stuff, it might not sound exciting. It might not taste really good, but then it's about you putting that effort, because I feel that it's something that has to be repetitive, and you just don't do it for the sake of excitement or something. It just, you do it for your own personal development. That's how I see discipline as.
Yeah, it's learning to love the boring things.
Yeah.
And I refer this a lot back to running, because this is where this mindset came from, was building a relationship with your bitch voice.
Yeah.
You know, you always have that voice in your head saying, have that chocolate.
Yeah.
Don't go to the gym today.
Yeah.
Stay in bed. Watch that movie.
Yeah.
Don't chase that opportunity. Are you going to let that voice win?
Yeah.
Or are you going to say, no,
I'm
I'm taking control today. I'm going after what I want.
Yeah.
I'm waking up at 5 a.m. this morning, doing what I need to do.
True.
To set myself up to become the best version of myself today, which is going to get me one step closer to achieving my goals.
I completely agree with you. I feel discipline is more sort of a decision. It's a decision that you make, what you want to achieve, where you want to go. It's in that moment what you decide. Like,
How bad do you want it?
yeah, simple as that. Nick, we've spoken about different things. One interesting factor which is part of your life is podcasting. I know Australia, I personally feel, is not that huge in terms of podcasting at the moment if we compare it to other countries. But what is your particular take on podcasting in Australia at the moment?
It's growing. Everyone's getting into podcasting.
Yeah.
It's an amazing outlet for not only people like yourself and myself to have conversations with people that we would not normally get to have conversations with, and to pick their minds. And as I said, it's a personal development journey. But also from a business point of view, it's so good for businesses to be able to put face to camera, to build that trust and that authority with your clients.
Yeah.
To have conversations with people that you could potentially do business with down the track, create those opportunities there, build that trust. Podcasting is an amazing tool if used correctly.
If I ask you, name a couple of your favorite podcasters, who would you name?
A couple of podcasters that I look up to is definitely Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO. He's someone that really inspired me to take my podcast to the next level.
Yeah.
Second one would be Chris Williamson. I love everything that he does with his on-site productions. Yeah. Which is what was like in my head. This is what I want to do with my business and my own podcast. And just the conversations he has is amazing. Yeah. And a third one is a guy named Andy Frisella. He's an American entrepreneur, and he's just a straight shooter. He tells you how it is. He's all about mental resilience, personal development, business. And he's not everyone's cup of tea. Yeah. Because for anyone that's listened to him, you feel like you're getting attacked throughout the podcast. But he just speaks truths, and he tells you how it is. And if it hurts, I think it's an area that you need to reflect on. So I'd say they're my top 3.
Because I guess your podcast, I've seen your podcast, and the platform invites a lot of men that come up and express a lot of things about different sort of things. Do you feel, from your experience with having those conversations with a lot of guests on your podcast, do you feel men tend to suppress a lot of emotions?
Yeah. I think men do suppress a lot of our emotions, but it also comes down to the environment and the space that you're able to do that in. We're not like females. We don't just sit there and talk about our feelings and our emotions all day, every day. You need to find the right group of men to be able to do that with.
Yeah.
And if you can pair that up with moving your body and challenging yourself physically, it's the best way to do it. Because as men, that is how we process emotion, is by moving. Yeah. You know, women can sit there around the table, have their little coffee meetings. The best conversations I've had are the best, I guess, healing and rejuvenating conversations that I've had. Is doing a 10K, 20K run. my best mate.
Yeah.
We run, we push ourselves, we have deep conversations about life. And after, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
And the troubles and the issues that I thought I was having, once you just get it out there, once you process it through movement,
You feel better when
you go on,
lighter.
you go on with the rest of your day,
Yeah.
and you've been able to work through that.
Nice.
So yes, men suppress it, but it also comes down to finding that right group of men.
Yeah.
And I know it can be hard, and I know you can feel alone a lot of the times, especially if you are going through a dark period in your life and you feel like I'm the only one going through this.
Yeah.
You're not alone. There's other men going through very similar situations that you're going through. And it's not about comparing your situation to someone else's and then invalidating your own experience because you feel like it's not as big as what the other person is going through.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sit with it. Have those conversations, move your body. Like the biggest things that helped me through that dark period that I went through was one, embracing everything that happened.
Yeah.
Embracing all the thoughts, the emotions, feelings, everything. Two, moving my body. And three, faith was a big thing for me too. Yeah, coming back to faith, building a relationship with God, universe, whatever it is for you. Faith has been massive.
Yeah.
So movement, faith, and surrounding yourself with loved ones, or even on social media. Like I've had conversations with people on social media that I've never met before. Like some of the deepest conversations. I don't even know these people.
Yeah.
There's always someone out there that will hold space for you. If you need professional help, seek professional help. At the end of the day, you have to want to help yourself.
Yourself first before someone helps you.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
True.
Don't play victim.
Yeah.
Don't cry, why me?
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
God, universe gives you these challenges to break you down, to build you back up, to prepare you for what's to come in this next season of life.
Absolutely.
So embrace it all. See the beauty in it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's scary. But the saying goes, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
Everything passes. We go through all different seasons in life.
Yeah.
Enjoy the beauty of it. It's a roller coaster.
Loved it, because I personally agree with what you've said. I've seen a couple of examples in my own life, in my friends, where I personally feel that, it's very important that you speak to someone or probably express things, because I personally feel that the pain you carry in yourself or you suppress in yourself can sometimes lead to destructive ways, because I feel that unspoken pain, it does not disappear. It mutuates. So it's always important that you have someone like probably to speak about it, or probably find a way how you can get over it, or probably what actions you take rather than, sucking about it. That's what I feel.
Exactly. And a lot of the times you will create this scenario in your head where you feel like it's 10 times worse than what it actually is. And there's been times where I've just gone for a run by myself.
Yeah.
And movement, processing the thoughts and emotions, everything that's happened. I get to the end of my run, I'll go, why did I create that scenario in my head?
Yeah.
It wasn't even as big as what I thought. And through running, I was able to process it and go, okay, these are the actionable steps that I need to take to work through whatever challenge that I've had come into my life.
So obviously, I mean, like from what you've said, I noticed that you've gone through a lot of things, but was there any period in your life where you felt that quitting, and if yes, then what stopped you?
There's been, actually on my podcast journey, there was a period where I lost the love for it because in a way, it turned into a job.
Yeah.
There was a stage probably 2-3 years into my podcasting journey.
Yeah.
Where I was releasing weekly. I was recording like twice, sometimes 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And some of these episodes were like Joe Rogan style, 2-3 hour long.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I was like, why? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I thought I had to do it. I thought I had to put out these episodes. I had to put in these reps. And yes, you do have to put in the reps. You do have to continue to grow and learn and understand what it takes to get to that next level. But if you're just putting in reps for the sake of putting in reps, without actually
Loving it or
without loving it, but also without having a clear purpose and fulfillment behind what you're actually doing, you're putting in the reps, but you're not actually going to be achieving the goal that you want to be achieving. And it actually got to a period where I thought about, is podcasting something I should be doing? Should I just stop it? It took for me going away for a couple of weeks, going on a little holiday and reflecting on it all and shifting my mindset and direction of where I wanted to take the podcast. To the point now where, yes, I'm not releasing weekly, I'm releasing fortnightly. And especially last year, I was very inconsistent with it because of everything that was happening in my personal life. But this year, I've told myself, this is my baby. This is what's got me to where I am today. This is what brings me so much fulfillment, so much growth. I'm going to be putting more energy into this podcast, but at a high quality, at a higher standard. And even if that means releasing fortnightly, it is what it is. Because for me, it's about the fulfillment. It's about the impact. And as that grows, as I get that back for that, it will allow me to be able to do it on a more consistent basis. But man, I love podcasts. I love being able to have these conversations.
Absolutely. It gives a lot of freedom for you to learn a lot of things. Having conversations give you different perspectives, learning from different people. So I love having podcasts with people where I get to learn a lot of different perspectives about things. Like I've learned a lot about different things from you while we were having a conversation. Now, Nick, we've spoken a lot about serious things. Now, this is a fun round in my podcast where we have like a one-word answer or rapid fire, you can call it, where I would ask you things and you can just answer it rapidly. What do you feel is good for you? Firstly, let's start up with early mornings or late nights.
Early mornings, for sure.
Okay. Boxing or lifting.
Boxing.
Fear or regret.
As in, what do you mean by that?
Is it something, are you sort of a person that would not approach something that out of fear because you don't want to approach it because you're scared if you might be able to do it? Or are you someone that would like probably, regret?
Okay, yeah. I go towards everything because I do not want to regret it.
Okay. Are you someone that feels you're comfortable in what you have or you pursue growth?
Always pursue growth.
And the most important thing, which would be your favorite thing, is one word you would want your daughter to associate with you.
Oh, one word. That's a hard one, bro. How do I put that in one word?
That's the longest you've taken to find out because I knew you would think about it.
There's so many. What comes to me, I know I'm going to give two here, but like loving and authentic.
Nice, interesting. Related to your daughter, if, for example, this is not a rapid fire, it's just a question for you. If your daughter ends up watching this episode years from now, what do you want her to know?
The biggest thing I want to teach my daughter is that she has the confidence to be able to be herself. They say the loudest kids are always the most confident. If you meet my daughter, she is crazy. She's loud from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to sleep.
All of life.
I said earlier in this podcast, she's the most confident little girl you'll ever meet.
Right.
Because I've been able to create a safe environment for her to express herself.
Very important,
To challenge herself, to try new things, to be able to regulate her emotions. The biggest impact that I want to leave on her is the confidence to be herself and to not have to apologize for that.
Complete the sentences for me. Strength for you is?
It's not muscles, that's for sure. Strength for me is being able to show up each and every day, even when you don't want to.
How do you define success?
Success for me is being able to do what you want, when you want, with the people that you love.
Now, this is the last thing, and I do ask this to a lot of my guests. Do you reckon money is very important in life?
Money is what makes the world go around. I love money. not for the fact of material.
Yeah.
Money is a tool that is going to allow me to create the life that I want for myself and for my family. It's a tool that's going to allow me to have a bigger impact.
Yeah.
Podcast equipment isn't cheap,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Building a business isn't cheap.
Yeah.
You need money to create experiences.
Yeah.
I'm big on experiences.
Right.
I don't care about the flashy watches and the cars and everything.
Yeah.
I'd rather go travel.
Yeah.
With my daughter and my future kids called Willie, and create those experiences, create those memories,
Yeah.
because that is the lasting impact that you will have on people around you. Is how you made them feel,
Right.
how you seen them, how you listened to them, the things that you did for them, the lessons that you passed down, the values that you instilled in them. Money's very important.
Nice.
I love it. But what is most important is the impact
That you create.
that you create and that you leave on the people that you truly love and care about.
One thing, lastly, I would love you to tell the people, whether that's single dads or the men that are struggling at the moment, lacking motivation to do what they want to do. How do you want to end this up as? What is the message that you would want to give to our audience?
Get out of your own head. We get so caught up in our head.
Yeah.
And we sit there and we say we want to go out and achieve certain things, yet we hold ourselves back. We don't back ourselves. We let limiting beliefs hold us back from reaching our full potential. And I mentioned it earlier, confidence comes off the back of action.
Yeah, true.
If you want to achieve something, go out there and take action.
Yeah.
If you want to be in good shape, go to the gym.
Yeah.
Understand that it's a process. Understand that it's going to take time. You're not going to be an overnight success. You're not going to have a six-pack overnight, right? You're not going to be a millionaire overnight. Learn to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the seasons in life.
Yeah.
Enjoy the trials and the tribulations that are going to come your way.
Yeah.
Because that is what's going to prepare you for what's to come in life.
Yeah.
Embrace everything that's coming your way. Okay. See the beauty in life.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with good men.
Very important, yeah.
I could go on. But if you want to find out more, if you want to have a conversation, obviously reach out to myself. And I'm happy to hold space for you if you need, and be some sort of an inspiration if you need that as well. At the end of the day, I can't force you to do anything. You have to want it for yourself.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to
you taking action. This wasn't a fitness podcast. This was a conversation about becoming the man your child already believes you are. Nick, thank you so much for coming on to this podcast, because I felt that I learned a lot, especially from different things that you said. And I guess the audience also would agree with what you've said, with a lot of different things that you've said. I guess quite inspiring to a lot of people, especially the single dads and the men that want to pursue things that they actually want to do. Lovely having you on the podcast, and we look forward to having you again on the podcast.
Man, thank you so much, bro.
Appreciate it so much. We look forward to you on the next episode. Stay tuned, keep watching our podcast, and we'll be back again on the next episode with a brand new guest, where we'll be sharing more stories and more inspirational stuff that will hopefully inspire you. Take care.